Hello everybody, my name is Connor, but you can call me NobleAsta, and I am here with another commentary. So this game is right after that L to Bello Betty. We are playing Perona, as you guys can see, and I think I lost dice roll, so I ended up going first, and this was my first hand, and I'm sorry about the camera angle, I'm still working on it. This was my first hand. It was too good to mulligan. I was like tempted to because I couldn't do much for the beginning, but too good to mulligan. So they end up playing Baby 5 Searcher their turn 1, which is pretty good. I don't remember. This was almost a week ago at this point, but and my memory is terrible, so this is kind of nice to go over this. I do plan on playing more Law. I think I'm going to tweak the list. I do like this list, but there's not as much black running around in the meta as I thought there was, so I may pick something else. So as opposed to last game where we saw no ramp, we are in ramp city, baby. So I go 5 into Baby 5 just because I don't want her to get the value off of any more searches, and I tap 3 and play Shariah. I know that he can be blocked, but it's kind of all I can do at this point. Or I know that he can be tapped by Perona's ability, but I just wanted to get something on the board. I wanted to get rid of Baby 5 and get something on the board, and this kind of, I feel like it doesn't force her to go into it. And there I am fixing my camera. It doesn't force her to go into Shariah, but it definitely you know, encourages it. So she ends up playing the blocker, the Rosanate blocker, and ends up tapping Shariah, which I expected, and she swings into him. I couldn't remember if he got to buff, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't because he's already tapped, so we just let him go. It was kind of a waste of him. I don't know if maybe I should have just I don't really know what I should have done there. I feel like that was a pretty decent play considering what I had, and I wanted to get to 5 Dawn for the Kid play because Kid is just so good. So we end up playing out Kid, and as you guys hopefully can see, I know my camera angle is pretty rough right now. I'm still working on it. We ended up top decking Sachi and Penguin, which is great. So we Law ability. I think we send Rosanate to the trash, or the bottom of deck, yeah. And then we end up playing out Sachi and Penguin, and with Kid we get our 1 Dawn, which is just, it's so good. I love Kid in this deck. Let me sink 6 into lead, and we force her to counter out with Tashigi, which you love to see it. You really do. And then past turn, we're finally building some presence on the board, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm thinking next turn I Kid again. I could even queen since my hand size is getting kind of low. But I've got options. And my hand's full of counter, which is great. So unlike the prior game, I didn't see a lot of removal this game. First game I saw no ramp. This game I saw no removal. And then yeah, I don't even remember what happened the third game. It was against Reiju, so she ends up X-striking Sachi and Penguin, which kind of stinks, but you know, they did their job, so that's okay with me. And then they swing, I think, 6 into life, and I'm debating if I want to block with Kid and then counter out to keep Kid alive, or just take the life. And I go with just taking it because, as I mentioned, my hand size is getting kind of low. And we get the Rush Zoro out of life, which I enjoy the Rush Zoro a lot. So we get another Yanji, which I think I mentioned this last video, but I really like Yanji. The versatility that he provides is just, it's really nice. So we play another Kid because why not? That's literally my answer, is why not? You know, now we're ramping 2 Dawn back up for every Law ability. So I'm just letting her know. I go ahead, I'm Kid ability, or Law ability. With Kid, I get 2 active Dawn. I send 2 back, or I send 3 back, get 2, and I'm playing Yanji out with the Law effect, and I have 4 Dawn to play with, and that's enough to play just about anything I have. And I think, yeah, I go ahead. Yeah, okay, this is what I was gonna say. I go ahead and swing 6 into lead just to kind of see what she does, and she does end up countering out. And I rush Zoro and do 5 into lead just to kind of put some more pressure, and she ends up taking the life, which I'm thrilled about. No, this game was it was a really fun game. I always really like when my opponent is like having a good time, and like I'm all for like being, you know, serious and doing our best, but like it was just like really, this was like one of my favorite games of the day, I think. I think we both played pretty well, and it was pretty back and forth, and so I was really excited to go over this one. And as I said, I think I played well, so I'm excited to see if you guys think I played not so well. But seeing the kids definitely helped this game. I think I end up seeing a majority, like three if not all 4. So they play out another Rosanate blocker as well as the Borsalino, so they are getting buffed up, which is, I mean, it's not a bad play. They go ahead and rest Yanji, which, you know, understandable. It's really great that they can't rest Kid, at least without any minusing. And then they go ahead and swing, I think they swing into Zoro, and I say, okay, sounds good. They swing 7, and then they go 5 into Yanji, and I block with Kid, or 6 into Yanji, block with Kid, 1k out with Beppo, because I'm pretty healthy on Dawn at this point with my 2 kids. And as you can see, we just got another Sachi and Penguin. So this is, I think, some of the most Dawn I've had playing Law ever. Maybe not ever, but it's always nice when you see this. So I do go ahead and Queen here, which is great. So I'm just putting it back for show, and then I'm trying to figure out, like, I get it back, right, because of one of the kids' abilities. And she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. I've never had this much ramp in my life, so so I go ahead and I trash the Aang, because at this point it's just the Reiju is so good, and I have such bad luck when it comes to seeing my Reijus, so I get so excited when I see Reiju, you know? So I think here we just go ahead, and I think we're gonna Law ability just to get rid of the Rosanate blocker, I think, and then get, oh, okay, we're doing something. We are doing something, all right. We're going 5, 6, 7, 8 into X Drake. Yes, okay, I see. We'll go 8 into X Drake, and then I think I swing into life, 7 into life, and they just let Rosanante go, which I think maybe I should have Law ability first, because I had enough of the rest of Dawn. So this is me just trying to figure out, like, only one of them, I get 1 Dawn back, right? And then I hard play out Reiju here, and I get to draw some cards. And there's another kid, so that's lovely. So yeah, I just have the 1 Dawn. So I decide to go ahead and swing with one of my kids, because I have a plethora, and they end up taking the hit, which is good for me. And that's my turn. I feel pretty good about that turn. I think maybe minusing. Yeah, I think the only thing I would change is I would minus 3 Dawn first, and then bottom deck the 1k blocker, the Rosanante, and then that would force them to have to block with Borsalino. So that's probably where I could have played that turn better. But honestly, like, my hand is loaded, like, my board is full. Like, this is one of the most beautiful Law games I've ever had, I think. I don't think I was, like, below 3 Dawn, and there are times where I play on 0 Dawn just to try and, you know, cause some problems. So they end up playing out the 10 Cost Doffy. I didn't check, I didn't pay attention to what Dawn they were on, which, if I did, maybe I wouldn't have swung with Kid. Yeah, because I mean, that's a possibility that I wouldn't have swung with Kid. So they go ahead and play out 10 drop Doffy. They freeze Yanji, Kid, and Law. And they go ahead and swing 5 into life. And I just go ahead and counter with Yanji. Realistically, I could have just free blocked with Queen, but I'm not super... I mean, I have a Yanji on the board still, and so it's not the worst play. I think I probably would have been better just to free block with Queen and keep that card in my hand. Yeah, I think that probably is the play. But yeah, so I think we go ahead and we Fire Fist Borsalino and minus him by 4k, which is so nice. I really love Fire Fist, honestly. It's just it's so good. I am a big fan. So I then go ahead and swing 6 into life, and they go ahead and let Borsalino go, which makes sense. I'm getting rid of it one way or another. So, and then I realized I have 5 Dawn left, so I decide to go ahead and replace the Yanji with another Kid, because why not at this point? I've got like every blocker in the game that I have, you know, and then with that I end up just getting to get 3 Dawn back active because I have 3 kids on the field that they, you know, that she's not able to clear, which is great for me. And I think over right here we're just like, I'm like, is that how this is supposed to go? Like, and you know, because I've never had this many kids on the board, which I get it. I see why we want kids on our board as Law players, and I see why playing against Law you don't want them to have Kid. So I go ahead and pass turn. There's not much I can do. You know, I do have the 3 active Dawn. Maybe I could have. I think I have a Rush Sorrow in my hand still, or did I? No, I already played that out. Yeah, I don't remember what I have in my hand at this moment, but I think everything I had in my hand was a 4 cost, so not much I could do with 3 Dawn, but you know, it's nice to have them back, you know. And like at this point in the game, like why not do Law's ability? Of course, if you know why not, let me know. So they play another 10 cost of Doffy. They Doffied me twice in a row, so Law, Reiju, and Kid don't get to be active. Oh, I guess I could have played Shiraya, but I don't know. So they swing 10 into Kid, and I let him go. Looking at it now, maybe I should have let Queen, maybe I should have blocked with Queen and let Queen go. Yeah, I think that probably is the better play. So yeah, that way we still have our 3 kids. But I mean, at this point, they have 2 10 cost Doffys. I don't think much of many of our blockers are living for much longer. Yeah, 3 Doffys, and I got 2 cards in hand. One of them's a Fire Fist. So I think that I've got 2 frozen. Yeah, 2 frozen cards. I think the best option. So I go ahead and I Fire Fist Doffy to bring his power down. That's right. I remember what I was thinking here. I thought it would be too hard for me to swing into 10, but dropping him by 4. What is he? 10? 6. So dropping into 6 and then swinging with, 9. I have to count. I'm so bad at math. It makes this game hard, honestly. But swinging into him with 9 with when he's 6 does some pretty good stuff. So I load everything else up on Kid and let that go, and then I minus 3 Dawn, get 2 back active. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that play. I don't play out the boys, Sachi and Penguin, which I don't. Yeah, I'm I think I have too much Dawn to do that, so yeah, that's understandable. Also, I only run 2 Fire Fists in this deck, so those are the only 2 Fire Fists I have. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about the swinging with Kid. Like, yes, I did get a life, but also, like, Kid is probably gonna go this turn now. It's not the worst. So they end up ice aging my other kid, and they rest him, which is that's pretty rough. But I mean, it's a good play on their part. That's because Kid is definitely the scariest. So my whole board is rested, which is definitely scary. And I feel like, oh yeah, they gecko me this turn. They bring out Borsalino, and they bring back. I think they're trying to decide what they want to bring back. I feel like they bring back, was it a 4 cost and a 2 cost? Is that what it is? I can't remember. I think they're trying to choose between Baby 5 and something else. Yeah, they bring back the Rosanate, I'm pretty sure, rested. Yeah. So they have this Rosanate rested, and I think there's a play coming up that I'm a little confused on that they do, and I'm not familiar with Rosanate and like green in general. So we'll talk about it when we get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I think they go ahead and clear one of the kids, and then they clear one, I think Queen as well. So I go ahead, 2k out. Now I have nothing in my hand, which is rough, and then they go into Kid. Understandable. Have a nice day. Get rid of Kid, clear that board, everything. Gecko was just played. Borsalino was just played. So I top deck Ein, which is like, I have a love-hate relationship with Ein, because I feel like every time I top deck her, I'm in a situation like this where it's like I can't use, like, I don't need her, you know. So I think I'm trying to decide what. Oh, she was like, "Oh my God, do you have a heart sleeve?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." Ironically, put the hearts on Law because he's a pretty boy. But then I remembered he's the heart pirate, so epic victory royale, as the kids say. But yeah, anywho, back to the game. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Like, I'm trying to decide, like, do I think I can go for game here? I've got Ein in my hand. That's about it. And so you can see I'm spreading out Dawn, trying to decide, okay. And so I think I do end up going for game here. Potentially. So I end up swinging 8 with Reiju. Yes, I did have to count that. I'm sorry. I'm bad at math, as I've mentioned. And they end up countering out, which then, you know, it worries me a bit, but 8 again with Perona. And then she ends up blocking with Borsalino, and the play that I was talking about was, I'm not sure how that Rosanate works, and so I'm not sure if she could have tossed Rosanate. So I end up law abilitying and swinging for lethal into Perona, and with getting that 1 extra Dawn back. So that is the game. As I said, a really fun game. Really like playing at this shop. The shop is one of the best shops in the area, I feel. And yeah, I feel pretty confident about that game. Of course, let me know if you guys think there's any more plays I could have done better, or, you know, what have you. And let me know about that Rosanate play. I'm not sure. Like, I thought she could have just let Rosanate go, but maybe because he was rested, she couldn't. I don't know. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and drop a like down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.